Hi Barry, my name is Ms. Rubio and I'm a teacher at CCTA and I'm here to interview Mr. Balotro on his poem, Don't Take for Granted. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity and we're very proud to be a part of this book that you're creating. And Mr. Balotro, what was the motive for you in writing this poem?
There's several motives. I was motivated by at least 3 factors in writing poem. It has been a year, and first of all, let me say hello to Barry, and I would like to thank Mr. Garces. He was the motivation behind writing this poem. He inspired me, and Ms. Rubio, thank you for the challenge that you have given me to write this poem. It has been a year already since I wrote this poem. I was able to write 7 poems in 7 days of December of 2011, and I think it's about time to go back to my writing, motivation. I mean, for me to write again poems, especially if we are facing several days of vacation. Going back to your question, well, let me tell you that, and I was motivated by several factors and several events. First of all, my wife was diagnosed to have cancer in the same year of 2011. It was March when she was diagnosed to have cancer, and it was really a hard time for everyone in the family. She's doing well right now, and that's one motivation, because I found myself at night thinking about life and pondering about so many things. I woke up one night, I remember I woke up one night being so afraid of the things that are unfolding in our life, in our family life. And the thing, and also of course the motivation and inspiration from both of ELA teachers here at CCTA, in particular Ms. Rubio and Mr. Garces. They both challenged and inspired me, to come out of my shell and write poems. And another factor would be the iPhone. So I got an iPhone, and in the middle of the night you can actually write things, you can write notes, and it was so easy for me in those days of December of 2011. I remember going back and forth to the room of Mr. Garces and Ms. Rubio. I don't know if they were annoyed already, because I keep on like, okay, sir, can you read, ma'am, can you read my poem? What's wrong with this sentence? And I keep on like asking them about their suggestion and correction. It seems so easy for me, maybe because of all this situation, unfolding all together. And I wrote several poems, and one of them is entitled Don't Take for Granted, which I think Ms. Rubio is going to read.
Well, Mr. Balotro, I mean, first say that we really enjoyed your energy at that time. We really enjoyed going through your poems. I, in fact, enjoyed reading this one in particular too, but now that I know the reason behind why you wrote it, is there a particular audience that you have for this poem? Are you targeting any specific age group?
Well, I would like to make our students at CCTA read poems, because I think that was the motive behind that. Mr. Garces was involving our students to write, and he challenged me. He said that, well, our students could write, why don't you write? Why don't you contribute? So that the target students are the target audience are our students. At the same time, I'm trying to address the situation unfolding in my life, and not to mention my wife. I would like her to feel secured, and I would like her to feel that I love her so much, and I actually dedicate one of the poem to her. And yeah.
Well, I believe that speaking as English teachers, anytime that we can involve other teachers from other subjects is great for us. It's exhilarating to see other people writing, especially taking such a love for writing when in fact it's not your own subject. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah, one more point. Let me point out, although that this collection of poems are about nature at the same time. One poem is entitled Newton's Apple, I guess, and the other one is Contemplation. I was trying to think about nature and science, time and space. There's one poem entitled Infinity. So, and also I tried to become like a sort of comedic, like funny, at the same time trying to, as a teacher, trying to teach while the student is writing the poem reading the poem, I would like the student to be able to reflect, not only reflect, but learn also some highlights, some important points that I'm raising, on the poem.
Okay, and one last question before we actually read the poem is, so how do you feel about your poems getting published?
Well, I'm very happy about it. I was excited. Actually, I thought that Mr. Garces was just kidding at the beginning. I think a few months ago he mentioned it to me, and I took it for granted. And those poems. Well, I was just able to write them, but I'm not looking forward, or I'm not thinking about these poems getting published. I'm so excited. I'm very happy. I would like to thank Mr. Barry Lane, for considering the publication of this poem. And yeah, I'm excited. I feel that, and I would like to thank Mr. Garces to all his efforts in publishing this poem.
Well, we're here at CCTA are all very honored to be a part of this, and I can hardly wait to read you the poem. This is a poem written by Dr. Balotro from CCTA Academy. The title is Don't Take for Granted. Don't take for granted every second of your life, every moment of your existence, every breath that you take, the consciousness of your being. Feel for a minute the life that you have, the beating of your heart, the desires of your intellect, the warmth of morning sunshine, and the gentle afternoon breeze. Be reflective of matters of the past, the circumstances that you are in, and the inevitability of the future, of the triumphs of your goals and the failure of your achievements, of who you were, of what you become, and what you will be. Look up at the evening sky, wonder the magnificence of the cosmos, and be humbled by the insignificance of your evolution. Contemplate the infinity of time and space, and be troubled by the impermanence of everything. Ponder the brevity of your mortality. Pause for a moment, appreciate what you have, the joys and laughter of the day, and neglect the triviality of your concerns. Learn how to share what you have and forget about yourself. Only then you will be happy. Hug the one you love. Make her feel that nothing else is important. Whisper in her ears and tell her what you feel. Look at her eyes and share the intimacy of your soul. Hold her hand to slow down time. And don't you let her go. Thank you, Barry. I hope you enjoyed this poem as much as we did. And again, this is Mr. Balotro's poem.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you for including my poem to your book. Hope to see you soon.